wrong foot. Off the wrong foot, Toastmaster shares.
The greatest glory of life lies not in never failing, but in rising every time we fail. Good morning, one and all present here. Oh my God, did I just wish you guys good morning instead of good evening? I cannot believe I started off my speech like this, but mistakes and misfortunes happen way more often than we think they do, don't they? For example, my parents think I was I'm kidding. My birth was not a mistake. In fact, I was born in the kingdom of Saudi Arabia in 2003, right? Now, before you guys start mistaking my tear ducts for petrol bunks and my tears for petrol, let me assure you guys I'm a citizen of India and not a citizen of Saudi, right? In fact, let me just take you back to Saudi in 2010 from my perspective. Life in Saudi was quick and luxurious, right? Delicious food, luxury cars, big buildings, bigger schools, huge skyscrapers, but wait. Why have I been picked up from school in the middle of the day? Why is my mother crying? Why are all my relatives from India and Saudi? Why are we moving back to India in the middle of the year? Where is my father? Why is everyone so quiet? Now picture this. A grieving family of 3 is back in India. It's 2010 and I am 7 years old. What do you think is my biggest need? Necessities like food, water, clothes, toys? No, it is just attention. Give me a raise of hands if you guys also like getting attention from your loved ones. Give me a raise of hands. Take each and every one of your needs for attention. Put them all together. You get my need for attention. Alright? But why did I need so much attention? It's simple. It is because my way of dealing with grief at the age of 7 was to get as much attention as possible, to feel happy, to feel cared for. And I have found 2 concrete ways of doing this. Number 1, get amazing marks in school. I know, get amazing marks in school. And number 2, tell lies. Alright? Some of the best memories I have from my school, apart from the ones that I have with my friends, is the PTM meetings, where the teacher would tell amazing things about me to my mother, and I would see my mother smiling from year to year, and I would get second-hand validation in the PTM meetings. But I needed something more direct. I needed direct validation. So every day after school, I would make up stories about my day and tell them to my mother for attention. But where was I getting these stories? From the sky? No, from Shin-chan. At the age of 12, I would wake up on a Saturday, 6 a.m., turn down the volume and watch cartoons. Because I didn't want my parents to wake up. But one fine day, I changed the channel instead of changing the volume because the buttons are next to each other. Right? And the channel changed to an action movie. And I saw 2 people fight it out. Instead of being scared, I was mesmerized. Alright? So mesmerized that I forgot to turn down the volume. My mom woke up in a frenzy, barged into the hall and asked me, Shaz, what are you doing? Mom, look, 2 people are fighting, it is amazing. But I saw horror in her eyes. When I turned back to look at the screen, the fight is over, the guy's kissing a girl because he saved her. Of course, it had to happen as my mother walked in. But after that day, movies and I were inseparable. I had found my passion for movies. Another thing I had found after that day was my puberty. Not gonna lie, that kissing scene did kickstart my puberty. But speaking about puberty Shares as a person was dumb. Straight up dumb. Because he thought the best way to get, have a personality, interesting personality, right, was to have a hobby. And I thought, like any cliche Indian teenager, I will become a cricket player. And I joined a cricket academy. And guess what? This time I didn't need the wickets, nor the runs. I needed attention from the head coach. The best way to do that was to get into the club team. I trained hard because the selections were approaching. I trained 6 hours every day, right? My bowling speed increased by a huge margin. The selections day came, I got selected into the team as a water boy. I spent the next summer giving water to the players on the field rather than being on the field. You guys might notice a pattern over here. right? Everything that I've done, the first step that I've taken for everything that I've ever done, I have messed up. I started off on the wrong foot. However, here's the thing. No matter how much I practiced my front foot defense, I never found my footing in cricket. But that summer I spent as a water boy helped me realize my passion for other people's satisfaction. Anyone who knows me right now knows that I carry 2 water bottles in my bag, one always reserved for the other person. Right? Here's another interesting thing. Recently, I was going through my father's old diary, one that belonged to his teenage years. Flipping through it, I found old movie tickets. Turns out, 13 years after he had passed away, I found out that he also had a passion for movies. And I somehow inherited it without ever getting to interact with him. Just because of that one mistake I made with the remote. The best way I can summarize my life is a series of mistakes that I'm eternally grateful for. A series of getting off on the wrong foot but keeping the next one so firm that Earth herself helps me get back on my feet. Because I do think the greatest glory of life lies in not in never failing, but to rise every time we fail. Wouldn't you agree? Toastmaster of the day?